Sorry, it's a little dusty in here. I'm allergic to dust. Bro, I'm thinking about bringing my purifier, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, my purifier. Yeah, I need this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what it is about me and dust. Oh my God, my mom just scared me. Hopefully it's not too loud. Alright, anyway. Now that we got that under control. It's 1:24 a.m. right now. So that means technically the date is January 7th. And I haven't been doing this every day. My mom walking in on me. Can I have some privacy around here? And just talk to you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, got a lot to talk about today, honestly. A lot has been going through my mind. But I kind of wanted to start off saying, I think I know who I'm talking to now. I don't know. I've been struggling trying to find who exactly is this video for. I've just been talking, expressing my thoughts, but I think I know now. I think, oh my God, huh? Is it time for me to go to sleep? I've been sleeping later though. But I think I'm talking to, I like to think that I'm in the future, right? I like to think that I'm talking to the person that is one day gonna turn 22 as well, right? You know, like 16-year-old Joe, just wondering how it is to be 22, how exciting it might be. And I'm here to just say that it's kind of just normal life, just regular. No matter what you idolize or what type of lifestyle you're striving for, I think we forget that at the end of the day, it's still life. And your lifestyle, the one that you're going for, will one day just be another day in the life. Just like what you're living in right now. What you're living in right now is a regular day in the life for whoever, right? So for rich people, it's normal for them to just go out, eat at a 5-star restaurant, but other people idolize that. And I think I've just come to the conclusion that there's really no need to idolize anything. Now, what gets me twisted is what then becomes my motivating factor, right? Like my desire to live a better life, whatever that means to you. If that one day just becomes normal again, like how normal feels right now, that wasn't really the point for striving. Got me really thinking, like, damn, like, because everything that I want, it's like maybe because I've in my mind already experienced it all, right? Like I've been in the same rooms with famous people. I see how they're treated, and it's just not crazy to me. But so why do I want to be famous so bad? Now, obviously I know too, like I want to provide a better family for my family. But then one day they're gonna get accustomed to it too, and it's not gonna be as crazy no more. It's just gonna be a regular day in life. So that's been getting me. Which is why ultimately it just comes down to following God, bro. Because at the end of the day, our day's gonna end. Our life's gonna end. And we're gonna have to face God one-on-one. And it's either he says, depart from me, I never knew you, or well done, my good and faithful servant. You know, we forget that this human experience, this earth experience isn't everything. We make it though as such. And honestly, that makes us get out of bed a little bit faster in the mornings, you know? But it's not all there is. And I don't say that to diminish your motivation, your desire. But ultimately, once you achieve, because you're gonna achieve it, right? Whatever you're setting out to obtain, you're gonna achieve it. And you're going to quickly realize that everything that you ever wanted, you have. And it sounds so cliche, because you hear so many famous people or rich people talk about it. And I'm not even rich yet, and I already understand this principle. Probably because early on in my journey, I wished to obtain certain things, right? Like I wish I had a camera or a better camera. I wish I had better lights. I wish I had a car. I wish, and I wish. Until all my wishes were granted. And now, what? Well, just on to the next wish. Now I wish to have 1,000 followers. And once I get that, I'm gonna wish to have 5,000 and 100,000. And it's never going to end. And it's a fleeting race, because that medal that you're, or that trophy that you're desiring or that you're chasing after, it's gonna vanish. It's gonna wither away, along with everybody else's awards and everybody else's, trophies. And you're gonna be left looking back with nothing to show for your life. And of course, now my mind is just running at 1:30 a.m. But the truth still remains that there is an eternity. And I know that because, well, God talks to me. But I had to be in a position for God to talk to me. Well, he talks to everybody, but you got to be listening, right? But what bothers me is, like, what makes me listen and the next man don't? Is there really such thing as choice? Or did he already predetermine us? Because a lot of us aren't even conscious of it, really. I'm not even fully conscious of I'm not really conscious of the decisions that I make, right? And it's just very weird to me, the idea that we actually have control, maybe? Because what I like to think is the decisions I make are just a makeup of everything that I experienced, everything I've been taught. And with all of those computational factors that's going on in my brain that is wiring at, like, 1,000,000 thoughts a second, I make a decision. But who is the one to, I guess, commence all the experiences, right? Like, I didn't ask to be born, first of all. I didn't ask who my parents were going to be. I didn't ask my ethnicity. I didn't ask what city I was going to live in. I didn't ask any of these. I didn't request any of these things. They were just given to me. And with it given to me, I guess the question that has always bothered my mind and that I hope to get answered by the end of my life is, why do we do the things we do? Because somebody with my exact same life, and my friend Eli, he tried to say that if somebody were to live my exact same life, put in the exact same circumstances, put in the exact same situations, taught the exact same things, that they would be right where I am right now. And it's just interesting to think about it, because like then I feel like there's no choice, or there's no freedom. Because if we're all just a makeup of everything that we've experienced and taught and everything else, that means we were never really in control. Because what bugged me, right, what led me to this mindset is I had a friend that we lived very similar lives, but we took two different paths. Or even two people, one of them feels like they can't chase whatever they want to chase, right? Like they're not as ambitious, or they're probably not even conscious of being ambitious, while the other is just fully, life that hasn't hit the first individual yet, right? Like there's really nothing for them to chase, or I hope I'm not changing too much for you guys, but there's really, how can I say, there's no reason to go so hard, so to say, until life hits them and a flip is switched. Because what bothers me the most, this phrase bothers me the most, and it's, you can't want it for somebody if they don't want it for themselves. And so eventually you have to get to a place where you want it for yourself, right? Because everybody has gotten to a place where they wanted it for themselves. But my question is, what made them want it for themselves? Because I feel like you could trace that back. You could trace back when it is somebody started to chase something. And it could have been their mom died, and now they're subconsciously filling a void to make their mom proud, or get their mom's attention, or whatever it may be. I don't know. I don't know what the mindset behind that is, right? But point being, when their mom died, life changed for them, and it became a different person. So, in a way, you really can want it for somebody and change somebody if you're the catalyst for that change, right? Like, for me, the reason I started learning Spanish was, and it goes back to my desires, right? And my deeper convictions. I don't know if that's the word, but maybe there's something deep within me, right? Insecurities, I guess you could call them, that made me, once I started talking to a certain girl, made me go into hyper overdrive to learn Spanish, because I wanted to converse with her mom one day, or like just be able to converse with her mom on a regular level and stuff like that if we were to get married. Foolish that I was thinking of marriage, but let me stop, I'm just hurt. But yeah, like that was the catalyst for me. So in a way, if I knew this person's life, everything that they went through, everything that has made them up to the person that they are today, I would know how to change them in the right direction, to make them do not only what I want, but at least what I feel like would be better for them, right? Like, somebody who's just sitting on the couch, what would ultimately make them get up? Well, I know that, even on a small scale, if I turn the house hotter, they're gonna start sweating on the couch. And if they really don't like sweating, they're gonna get up and they're gonna find somewhere colder, right? So it's kind of like the same thing in life. If you don't want someone being somewhere, you can, if you knew what it was to trigger them into movement or just trigger them in general, you would do it. And you could ultimately change that person's life. But a lot of times we're not conscious of that, and we don't know people's life. And so so we may influence somebody and may not know how or why that ultimately influenced them. Like me being the person I am, I can influence a lot of people, but they'll all have a different reasoning of how I influence them. It's an interesting thing, but to get off that train of thought, I make these videos hopefully for, you know, I make these videos for you watching, providing some type of hope for the future, I guess. Adulthood is not that scary. It's just life. It just becomes regular. I actually remember when I was a kid being so afraid, honestly, of becoming an adult. Because it's like, how can these people do these things? It was just lack of knowledge. I realize that now. It was really, I was fearful for a lack of knowledge. Like, whenever teachers used to say, you guys are the future, that used to scare me, because it's like, dang, like, I know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like we're the ones who are gonna have to run a country one day. Like, we're the ones who's gonna have to change the world. Well, I don't know how to be a president. Like, how am I gonna lead people? I don't know anything. That was my mindset. I remember that as a kid, honestly. I remember me thinking those thoughts. But now that I'm here, I'm just like, oh, these people don't know it either. These leaders don't know what they're doing either. Okay, I can change the world. Like, if these are the people that are in charge and have been in charge this whole time, oh, I could definitely do a better job than that. And that provided me some comfort. So it's okay if you don't know what you even want to do. My best advice will always just be, go to God. Because that's what I did. And that's really the only thing that matters. Because I was watching this video talking about this person who made the most amount of money they ever made in their life, right? Like me. That's what I'm chasing right now, right? Just money and not even comfort, just stability and a better life for everyone around me. And their father passed away that same year. And they said they realized nothing else mattered. And then it hit me. I'm like, damn. Maybe I ought to be chasing something different. And the money will come, just hopingly, right? I think what I'm chasing now, or like I said, my mind right now is unstable. 22 years old. My frontal lobe hasn't developed yet, right? But as long as I'm following God, I'm confident I'm in the right direction. Dang, sound effects. Hopefully that stops. But dang, I forgot what I was talking about now. My mind. Hold on, let me try to retrace. So, crap, bro. This is really what happens, dog. I think I have undiagnosed ADHD, honestly, cause like my mind, bro, it was just, you see like how off track it just got because of this little sound. Okay, I was talking about I'll do a better job. Now that I know these people don't know what they're doing, then crap, bro. What was it, dog? Damn. I'm gonna leave this unedited too, honestly, cause it's like you got to really see, and you're gonna see how long it takes for me to get back on track too, bro. You could skip through this probably, but damn, What the hell was I talking about, bro? And I don't want to stop the video and go back. I need to retrain my mind. Okay, I said... Frick, bro, what the heck did I say? Okay, I was talking about how people don't know what they're doing. I could change the world. Damn. I think eventually I'm just gonna have to give up and watch the video, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, F it. Alright, I watched the video back. So I was talking about I ought to be chasing something different and the money will come, hopefully. So I think what I want to chase now, or what I've been doing as of recently, and hopefully the money will come, but I think what I've been doing is actually beautiful, bro. So I've been, you know, chasing the streaming thing, whatever, but even more importantly than that, when people say the journey is more important, I could agree with that. But I think what's even more beautiful is the memories that I make on this journey. And with me doing what I'm doing in terms of chasing my streaming career and everything, inviting my dad into my streams, it's kind of a way for me to hold on to these memories forever, right? Like, being able to even talk to my dad is a blessing in itself. Me being able to have a dad is a blessing. Me being able to have that dad in my life is a blessing. And then me being able to talk to my dad is a blessing. And then me being able to have a good relationship with my dad is a blessing. And then me being able to include my dad on my journey is a blessing. Because since I video record everything and I stream everything, now those moments live on forever. Being able to just talk to my dad about music, you know, and we're just sharing thoughts together, that's a beautiful thing. And that's gonna live on forever now. So F the views, right? Forget the views. Hopefully my dad can realize this one day, that I'm not just using him for views. Like, I'm really preserving memories. And I'm getting it live. And that's a beautiful thing, bro. Because now his legacy will live on. And those videos I'll have forever. And those conversations that we've had will live on forever. You know, as long as the internet's around and stuff like that. But damn, bro, like, one day my dad's gonna be gone. And I'm not gonna have... I'm trying not to get emotional. I'm trying to suppress my emotion, but you know, I might just let it out. But one day my dad's not gonna be here. And every story that I hear about people's father passing away, it's gonna be my story. And it's gonna hurt because there's a lot of memories to live on with. And what was so normal and what was so routine once is now no more. And that always hurts. And then, with us being human, sharing memories involves emotion. And we feel these good emotions. And to know that these good emotions are not to be shared anymore, it's a sad thing, man. To know that the person that can't really explain why it hurts. Just the mere thought of it. But I'm glad I'm confronting it right now. Yeah. You know, this topic always always strikes a chord. But I know everybody says this about a good parent, but I think I generally have the best dad. Yeah. And I think I in turn haven't been the best son. But you could say in turn he was, he's not the best dad, right? But that's how I feel. Yeah. That's how I feel. And I think it's a sad thing to know that these people won't last forever. The money's gonna always be here, man. The money's gonna always be there to chase. But the people aren't. People are limited. And even more limited are great people. And I don't know why God made us with emotions, man. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to cry. Beautiful thing to feel these emotions. Damn, bro. And I think two topics that break me is confronting that I'm not gonna have my dad anymore, and confronting the fact that I might have turned into the people I hated growing up. Not hated, but didn't like. I feel like I'm there with my brother right now. I feel like right now I don't have a good relationship with my brother. I feel like that should be a strong bond that every little brother deserves. And I feel like I've had the best big brothers in my life, even though I'm the oldest, you know, my bloodline. But in my life, I had the best big brothers. And I feel like I haven't given that to my little brother. And if he finds this video one day, just want to say sorry. I'm still human. And I pray that you forgive me, as I'm trying still. I'm still learning. Still learning about life, bro. I will never stop learning. I love you, and I know I'm the worst at showing that. Damn, man. And honestly, I'm just a coward to try to have a conversation because it could all just be in my head. That's how I feel, though. Hopefully I can man up one day and just have the conversation with you to find out the truth, but I see it in your face and I just feel it. You know? Fuck, man. Man, bro. I'm trying not to ball out right now, dog. Fuck, bro. Crap, bro. So today I just made my little brother his laptop taken away. But I feel like, I don't know why, I feel the constant urge for having to teach people something about themselves, you know what I mean? I'm just talking about my brother, but just in general. Whenever somebody hurt me, I just feel like they should understand their actions and like how they hurt people, you know? I think that's my problem. Like when when I broke off my relationship with this girl, like she did me wrong, right? I mean, the same could be said on my end, but at least I ain't go off and, you know, fuck another girl. Excuse my French. I don't even ever curse, but I'm in pain. But I felt like I had to tell her about herself, you know what I mean? And to be honest, she's just living life. Has a kid, new family, new guy. But yeah, like, just hope that my relationship with my brother is better in the future. We could talk about this more. On to the next topic. Thinking about my boy Eli, man. Just feel like we not really boys anymore. You know, we've been talking to each other almost every day for the past 5 years. I mean, we have our times where we don't connect. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, we're probably just going back to what we used to do. He probably just didn't tell me. But we used to not have contact for a month, come back, or, you know, a certain time period, and come back and be like, yo, so what happened this month, woo woo. And that would kind of like, that would kind of track our growth. Maybe that's just what he's doing now. I'm overthinking it. But I see him doing this thing on YouTube though. And it's funny because like he was kind of like my support, right? Like now I feel like he feels he's better than me on this YouTube thing. And we're both competitive. So we'll make a comeback. Because right now he's at 2K subs, I'm at 200. And on my live channel I'm at 66. And I can't help but have this thought of like that he's thinking that he's better than me or something. I don't know. In a friendly, competitive way though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, nah, bruh. Like he was right all along or something. Like his way is right. I don't know. But I believe we have two different styles. But we're both gonna end up wherever we want to end up. One thing I'm afraid of though is he's gonna really blow up before me, right? And he's just gonna leave me. But what the hell am I talking about? Like, what am I talking about? Oh, doesn't matter. But we are in competition. I'm watching him. If he finds this video one day, just know, Eli, you got it now. But just watch, bro. Just watch. He probably doesn't believe my word. He probably believes that, like, you know, I'm not as serious and that he's gonna have to outgrow me and stuff like that. That's just what I'm thinking. But trust. It's two different styles. That's it. Next topic. Now my dad's looking at me. Recording myself. But damn, I forgot what the next topic was gonna be. Oh, yes, meditation. I'm curious about this meditation thing. You know, J. Cole, he talked about how he started meditating before ultimately coming out with 2014 Forest Hills Drive. And it just makes me wonder, like, you know, what if I just start meditating this year? Is that the key to me blowing up, right? I don't know. I think it's gonna be a compound of everything. I think it's gonna be a compound of me cutting off everything. I think it's gonna be a compound of me meditating. I think it's gonna be a compound of me seeking God. I think it's gonna be a compound of me staying disciplined and being consistent. I think with all of those things will ultimately compound to what I want to see. And my version of success, well, here it is. This is for it's for something to look up to. I think my version of success can be defined as living every day with no financial stress. Being able to give that same feeling off to everybody around me. Right? Like, my mom doesn't have to live with financial stress. My dad doesn't have to live with financial stress. My siblings, nobody. And ultimately just living a fulfilling life. And a fulfilling life for me would be just to be able to talk and learn about life every single day. Like, podcasters live their life. They're just constantly learning, talking to interesting people, learning more about life. Joe Rogan, Diary of a CEO. That's cool. You get paid for that? I think I need to get rid of this stigmatism in my mind, like, you know, being rich is evil or something. I mean, I know it's not evil. You know, I know it's not. But it's almost like people start looking at you different once you get money. And it's such a big part of life. You know, get to the money, get to the money. And everybody's going there. And everybody that has money at one point had no money too. But a lot of it could be luck too, right? A lot of it's timing. A lot of it is opportunity, because I believe everybody in America, I mean, we're all richer than a lot of the world, honestly. So we're spoiled in itself. But we are at a great advantage over the rest of the world. And with that, I believe it is my duty, being born in the States, having two parents, being able to get supported by them and whatnot. I think it is my duty or obligation to take full advantage of the position I'm in, and do it for those who don't have that same opportunity and same advantage. Because if they were in my opportunity and my position, would they really be doom scrolling? Would they really be worrying about certain things that I worry about? I don't think so. I think they'd be hungry. And I thank God I am where I am, because I could be somewhere else. But it's gonna take full advantage. Take full advantage of the blessings God has bestowed upon me. So that's what I'm gonna do. My every being, my every fiber of living can get poured into thanking God, living my life as such, for the things that He's given me. That's a good way to look at it. My form of success, like I said, is being able to, one, most important, not have financial stress. Not even to not have financial stress, be wealthy, honestly. And being able to provide a better life for as many people as possible. I think that's my form of success. Will I ever reach it? I don't know. But bare minimum baseline is at least for my family and friends. The people that I know. Then it extends out to the less fortunate. Yeah. And being able to live every day with a sense of purpose. And knowing that I'm living every day in a way God is proud, right? I think that's my form of success. Being able to get paid very well for things that matter. And ultimately, God tells me what I should be doing. The things that matter to me, right? I think God gives everybody a certain set of circumstances and things that, you know, we're pulled and called to certain things. Like injustice might not make some people move. You know, some people might move off of greed. Now, is that from God? I don't know. But a better example would probably be somebody wakes up every day to catch a pedophile, let's say. Another person wakes up every day to, I don't know, help older people find God. I don't know. Let me think of a better example. Somebody wakes up every day to catch a pedophile. Another person wakes up every day to catch a murderer. Another person wakes up to help out somebody in a lower position in life financially to get into a higher one. And whatever made them, whatever sparked that desire in them, I don't know. But just know That's what makes them wake up in the morning, and that's what drives them. Why take it away from them? You're making the world a better place, you know? So that's how I see it. But I know I was all over the place here, but I'm gonna try to keep up at least every night or every morning. Maybe night and morning. Yeah. I'll probably do this in the morning after I meditate. And then do this at night before I go to sleep. Sounds like a good plan. That's what I'm gonna do, yeah. But I think that's all I had to talk about today. I think I've got it off. Yeah, I was trying to think. I'm trying to go back now to who I make this for. I think I just make this for my future followers, honestly. Kind of just, yeah, honestly. Kind of to show them, like, what I was going through, the mindset I was in, the frame of mind I was in at, you know, age 22 or whatever age they find me, or whatever age they're curious about. Like, they might be 22 on their grind, right? And I might be, I don't know, 28. Or they might catch me when I'm 40. And they see my success and they're like, dang, like, I wonder how was Joe's life at 22. Because it's one thing to, you know, see it in like vlogs and you know, certain achievements or like the type of videos that you're making at that time, and that's a beautiful thing too, but I wanted to provide a deeper sense of that. I wanted to show a deeper side. And will a lot of people listen to these? Probably not. Because guess what? A lot of people don't care. But I'm making this for the select few that have these questions and that need that comfort. Because honestly, looking at the J. Cole Inevitable series, that's a big help. That was a big help for me. And I'm really just making it for someone like me who's just always curious. And who just needs that little extra support and that little extra motivation, and, you know, to fuel the delusion, right? To show, like, look, bro, I was there too. And it's not only for the lucky or for the blessed, right? Like, you're not cursed. It's just not your time yet. It's just not your turn. But continue to strive for excellence and continue to strive to be better every day. And that starts with first understanding who are you first, right? With God. And then from who are you, what does a better you look like? That's it. That's all it is. But I think for me it's been real linear, right? Like, I have my struggles, I have my time periods of struggles, but for me being 22 now, obviously I think I would have thought I'd been way further than what I am now. I feel like I'm still on the way to make it. Like, I gotta make it still, right? But looking back at 19-year-old Joe, 20-year-old Joe, come a long way, man. You know? And it's so cliche, like, you're not where you want to be, but, you know, you're definitely not where you started. Like, but you gotta take that, though. That's real progress, bro. Be proud of that. Of course I could be further. Of course things could be better. Of course, it can always be better. Always. But don't discredit the beautiful journey. Come on, bro. You was, look, you was dead broke 2 or 3 years ago. 2 years ago with no way to make money. At least now you're broke with a way to make money. Like, at least now I'm broke, but I know I can make money. Like, I'm not stressing about it. Because I'm like, okay, I have a way to make money. You get what I'm saying? Like, I have that way. But I was broke not knowing where the next dollar was going to come from. Now I know, like, if I just turn up in overdrive with life insurance, money could come. So, that in itself is growth. A different avenue. So, anyway, we're gonna cut it here. Talk to you in the morning. But I think it's clear now who I'm making this for. And that's for you. I'm going through it right now. Looking towards the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just your checkpoints. Just your check. I'm your little torch in that cave. You're looking at that light at the end of it, and there's little torches along the way that provide just enough light for you to keep taking those extra steps. This is that. Trust me, I'm not at the light yet, but I'm moving towards it every day, just like you are right now. Like, now, and I'm saying this with believing that I'm gonna be somewhere. You already know that I'm there. I didn't know. Wherever I'm gonna be when you watch this, or like whatever position I'm in life, doing whatever accolades, whatever accomplishments, whatever, you know, whatever I'm doing, I didn't know I was gonna do that. Like, I know I was gonna be successful, but I don't know what that looks like. I just know it's gonna happen. And I'm just moving towards it, but I'm still in this season of uncertainty, just like how you are right now. You don't know the end goal. You don't know how the end looks. And J. Cole, he didn't know. Like, yeah, he wanted to be the top rapper, like the best rapper. He believed that. But there was still uncertainty. Yeah, there was still a sense of uncertainty that, you know, that might not happen. That's a possibility. But we're decreasing that percentage every day. The possibility that you won't make it. We're decreasing that every day. So, let's keep going. I'm literally right here. Like, me right now at 22, I'm right where you are. Or you might even be further along than me. I don't know. I don't know where you are, honestly. Or you're probably looking back, trying to I have no idea why you're watching it. But who I'm making it for is young, you know, someone like me, someone like you. You know, someone like me at 19 years old when I was, wow, when I was taking the bus to the Miami Beach Convention Center to make a couple bucks. You know, my role models, if they made something like this, like if J. Cole made something like this at age 22, like, that would be so beautiful. That joint would be so beautiful. That joint would be crazy. Like, yeah, he's told the story now and everything, so, like, that's cool. But, like, you really get to see the real, raw emotion of me. Like, right now. You get to see, like, how I was actually thinking. Not a 20-year out of time version of me trying to remember how I was thinking at this time. No, this is really how I was thinking. I'm yapping too much now. So, I'll just catch you in the morning. Love you.